All right, so this ed puzzle is going to be ed puzzle number 14, and it's going to be about S.15. This is going to be for day number 5. So I'm going to do some examples with you, give you some notes so that you can be able to do this by yourself. So in this one, it's going to be a comparison. You're going to compare either slope or the y-intercept, and as in you get to the challenge zone, you're going to have to compare both. So make sure you sign in. All right, so they're going to give you two functions, and one of them will be a graph and one of them will be an equation. So they're going to ask you for the y-intercept and they're going to ask you for the slope. So couple things. When you get slope from a graph, that's when you pick 2 points, you draw the stairs, and you count. Okay, so we're going to do slope first so everybody can have an example. So I'm going to pick 2 points. Remember that the point has to go perfectly through the cross. So let's see which one is a point. So this would not count because it goes through the middle. This one does not count. That one, the cross is here. It's not perfectly through the middle, but this, it goes perfectly through the middle. Why can't you see what I'm drawing? Oh yeah, you can. There it is. So, come on now, don't be a jerk to me. Okay, there's a point. That one does not go. No, 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 no. This one does. So now we're going to count the rise up and down over the run. So the rise over the run. So let's see, how many does it rise? Now we're talking about blocks. We're not talking about points. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is the rise over the run. The run is 1. So it's 5 over 1. 5 over 1 is the same thing as 5. Okay? In this one, now to get the slope out of an equation, it's different. All you have to do is see how many x's there are. Here, I see there's my letter x. I do a squiggly right there. How many x's? That's 1. So the question that it's asking is, which one is greater? So it says slope a. This function a is greater, which is true because 5 is bigger than 1. Oops. All right, and I'm going to do this again. So, okay, so I do the same thing here. But I would always check what it's talking about, because sometimes down in the bottom, it'll say the y-intercept or also the slope. So in this one, it's asking for the slope, so I do the same thing again. I find the slope from both the equation and the function. So in this one, remember what we said, that the slope from an equation is how many x's there are. So here is my x, so I'm going to do a squiggly. And how many x's do I have? 5. So my slope here is 5 because it says there are 5 x's. Now on this one, this one's different. I can't just look. I have to pick 2 points, rise over run. So let's pick points. Well, that one goes perfectly through the middle right there. That one, and so does this one, perfectly through the cross. The graph is the green part, and it goes perfectly through the cross. So how many does it rise? It rises 1 over 1. 1 over 1. 1 divided by 1. I put that in decimals. I can do it in my head. That equals to 1. So here on A, the slope is 5. For B, the slope is 1. So let's see which one of these says that. Okay, and now it's frozen. Okay, A is greater. So is that true? Yes, because the slope of A was 5, the slope of B was 1. So that would be true. I'm not sure why it's so slow today. Come on. I want to show you a different kind. My computer ever loads. So again, you're finding the slope of each one. When you have a graph, you pick 2 points, rise over run. When you have an equation, you're going to do I wanted to show you one with the y-intercept, but my computer's having a really hard time loading anything. Make sure that you are checking focus to see what your grades are. Make sure you are seeing if you're absent and what you need to do to not be counted absent. So I guess this doesn't have other levels, or it's not showing them to me. Okay, there it is. You know what? It's because I'm connected to the Wi-Fi. Okay, this one is talking about the slope. So I'm going to skip a level. I want to find one where it's talking about the y-intercept, so I can show you that example. It says slope, still says slope. Okay, I'll do this one because sometimes fractions can be a little bit confusing. So for this one, I see how many x's there are, and it says 1/3. Here, I'm gonna pick 2 points. You can't just look and you can sometimes already know. So you're gonna pick 2 points. Here's a point. Here's another point. How many does it rise? It rises 1 over the run 1, 2. So if you're not the best at knowing which one is more, because this one was 1/3 and this one's 1/2, and if you're not sure, you would just put that into decimals. I'll show you. Okay, and now we're not responding.
Am I wrong, Megan?
No, just wait for me.
Oh, okay. My bad. I'm like, whoa. Okay.
Okay. I'll open it up in just a minute. So 1 divided by 3. Enter is 0.33. 1 divided by 2 is 0.5. So 0.5 is bigger. So that's the one I'm going to choose. I don't know why it goes over that. Oh, Lord, Lord. So 0.5 is bigger. This one is bigger. So we're going to say A is less than B because B is bigger. And that's what you're doing today.